You might relate to this. You're in school, middle school, and you're actually pretty strong. Just like me, I was always the strong kid.
Oh my god! Get on your knees! What? Please! It's my birthday! It's my birthday!
I was always the fast kid. Maybe not the fastest, but I was very fast. And then all of a sudden, puberty just strikes everyone like the plague. All of a sudden, people start growing beards. They start growing 6 inches in a couple of months. They start growing like giants. And I remember looking around like, wait, hold on. This guy got his growth spurt. This guy got his growth spurt. This guy got his growth spurt. And I'm just looking day in, day out. It's like every single day, everyone's growing 1 centimeter taller, 1 centimeter taller. And I'm here still stuck like a little midget, basically. And I can show you like younger pictures, maybe if I have them. I was pretty much like similar height to most guys, even taller. And then puberty comes and strikes everyone. And all of a sudden I'm just left behind. And we take measurements at the nurse's office every year, and the amount of times I'd feel insecure trying when you get your height taken, and you try and straighten your spine to the maximum and then do some tactics so your head is kind of the crown of your head is the tallest point so you can get a couple more centimeters. Yeah, I related to that. And in fact, that was me. People growing and growing and growing, but puberty doesn't hit you. Maybe you're not eating the right food, you're not exercising, you're staying at home playing video games all day, just scoliosing your back day in, day out, and everyone's just growing. And it's like, wait, hold on. Have I been cursed with the farthest reaches of the trenches in terms of genetics, or what the hell happened here? So I go through my late middle school years, insecure, and high school comes and it's like, oh shit. It's getting really bad here. Guys are growing to 6'2" plus 6'3", and I'm here 5'7", 5'6". It's like, what the hell? What the hell am I supposed to do? And this is where hormones are flowing through all of the young kids, the guys, the girls, and it's like, okay, well, when's my turn? What's stopping me from getting a kiss? What's stopping me from getting a girl? And then the black pill starts attacking. The black pill movement begins its rise, and in the seeds of my mind sprouts a tree colored in the darkest shades of black. The black pill has officially sprouted in my mind. But then towards the end of my high school, I tried to make a little change. And this change actually worked decently fine for a while. I started becoming a little bit more social, more outgoing, started going to the gym with a couple of my friends, started growing a little bit of muscle. Things started going well for the better. But I wanted a huge change. I got greedy. I wanted to be this might sound like fucking autistic, but I wanted to be one of these guys that in American movies, the fucking jock. That's what I wanted to be. So what was the perfect opportunity other than being shipped off across the earth and going to a Canadian university? First year, so much partying and drinking and all of these things, and especially the university I went to it was extremely known for partying and all of this stuff, right? And so much so that there's this achievement kind of website, in video games where it's trophy unlocked, you did this, whatever, that sort of stuff. There was something called GPA bars. It was these little badges, these medals of honor, and usually they involve drinking, right? Medals of honor that if you could actually achieve these little challenges. For example, one is in January when the weather is minus 10 degrees, you go out at 5 a.m. and you jump into the frozen lake. Another one is I don't know, you drink 2 beers in a row and then you commit 3 backflips. Another one is you enter the 1,500 pound club at the weightlifting. And these, at weightlifting, you bench press a huge amount, squat a huge amount. These are all trophies, achievements you unlock. And these achievements were actually one of the coolest things, in my opinion, about this university. And they were so cool because you would get like a little patch, like a badge, and you would put it on your like your your uniform, your jacket, and people could see, okay, this guy has like, one of the challenges was sleep with 7 different women in 7 different days and have a rejection rate of 0, have 100% success rate. It's all like these weird little challenges, and I'll see if I can put up the website. But you wear these badges that signify, that shows, you've completed this. One of the most common ones, the badge, the achievement was called Wizard. Wizard? Why, Ali, was it called Wizard? Well, because the challenge was this. You drink your height in beers, in beer cans. And you can probably see where I'm going with this, right? You drink your height in beer cans and you kind of hold it like a wizard staff. And if you finally drink your height, you've officially completed the challenge. You have to do this within a 12-hour period without throwing up. That's the kind of fucked up shit that like was going on in the university. 12-hour period, and if you don't drink your height in beers or you throw up, challenge is over. Challenge is void. You lose. And there was like an honor system to see, and like witnesses that had to check if you actually completed this challenge. And of course, little peer pressured Ali, little Ali who wanted to just be part of everyone and fuck around and have fun. Little Ali who, let go, attempted this challenge. Except I had like 0 drinking experience. I'm not white, bro. These white people, I swear to God, they come out of their mothers and at age 4 they're already drinking beers. I don't understand. I've seen like people do 2 wizard. It's crazy, right? That's like 15 beer cans if you're whatever, 5'8", 5'9", right? And I attempted this. And this was like one big crazy homecoming party where the whole university was partying. And I remember I ended up in some dorm room and I saw this girl. And I'm doing like my little fucking trying to, speak to the girl, Riz, do any of this shit, right? And then this girl's like, what, 5'9", 5'8", maybe a little bit taller than me. And I was going in with my friend at the time. Imagine you go into a house party, right? And there's like 50 people there and it's just you and your friend. My friend kind of disappears somewhere. He knows a bunch of people here. So I'm left out here on my own. And, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable because it's kind of like my first time in this sort of environment, but I kind of got used to it. So, I just walk around, speak to some people, but I'm feeling pretty left out. No one actually wants to speak to me. And it's probably because of this weird, like loner, desperate energy that I had at the time. It was very, very odd. But I see a girl, she's standing alone and she's holding this like fucking, this 6-foot long wizard staff. I don't know how this girl is probably like 110 pounds tall, but she's 110 pounds, light girl, right? And I walk up to her and I start chatting, and I could already tell she has 0 interest in me. But for some reason, I just keep on, talking, and we're just chatting shit. And then she hits me with this line. Out of nowhere, she just says, "You're so short. Ew." Years of gym training, years of academy gym training wasted for one like little girl to just fuck up my insecurity so bad for no reason. It was like we're just chatting shit. Okay, fine, she wasn't interested in me, but she had no reason to do that. That was like so rude and out of nowhere, and it made me like super fucking like insecure at the moment. I was just like, oh, I don't remember if I like left the conversation, but even thinking of it now, I was just kind of feeling like weird and odd. You're so short. Ew. And all around me are like these fucking huge guys, man. Very insecure moment. And yeah, it was a fucking brutal black pill. So what's the solution? Say you can't get taller, you're not really, you're kind of insecure of your height, you can't get taller, you're over the age of 19, which is generally when you stop growing. What's the solution? Well, first of all, fuck you. Yep, that's right. Remember this. Fuck you. I will get into a rant later, but remember this. Fuck you. But let's actually get into the solution. Why do you want to grow taller, first of all? Why? Why is there a general desire to grow taller? Because in the ancient times, it's a primal thing, right? In the ancient times, the bigger man usually could attack the saber-toothed tiger easier and win in battles and provide more resources, and it's more protective to the women and like more respect in the tribe in general, right? But it's not actually the height that you want. You want something specific. You want frame, attraction, and respect. And generally, the taller you are, it just kind of gives you all of these three things, right? It's not that you actually just want inches to your body. The reason you want these inches of added height is because of frame, attraction, and respect. Understand this, you never actually wanted the height specifically. Why do we want money? Not because of just like the physical cash bills or numbers in your bank account. It's because what the money can get you. It can get you, it can get you freedom, it can get you vacations, it can get you the ability to travel, it can get you the ability to take care of your mother, your children, your family, anyone you love. You can buy fun like little supercars, you can buy clothes, you can go to the nicest gyms, you can buy the nicest food, you can eat healthier, you can do so much with money. The entire world basically operates on dollar bills. So it's not actually the dollar bills though, it's what you can do with the dollar bills. Now it's the same exact thing with height. If you keep on thinking you just want inches, you just want height, centimeters, that's not what you actually want. You want the actual result that these specified inches and centimeters gives you: frame, attraction, and respect. But we're gonna do a little experiment here. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen, and this picture has President Trump, Putin, and a bunch of other people here. Now, as you can clearly see, Putin is the shortest. But I have a question for you. Who looks like he has the most frame? Who looks like he has the most respect? Who looks the most intimidating? Who looks the most like they could actually move mountains? Who looks that way? Is it Trump, even though he's significantly taller than Putin? No. It's President Putin. You can clearly tell that Putin looks the most dangerous out of the bunch. So that should automatically break your belief that height in all cases equals better. That's not the case. What you need to do is work on frame, attraction, and respect. And I'm gonna teach you exactly how to work on all three. Well, firstly, let's talk about frame. What is frame? Frame is basically how you sit, right? Not how you sit physically, but how your body takes up space in real time. Now, the more space you take up, the more, open body language you have, the more strong your body looks, the better frame you will have. The number one way, without a slightest shadow of a doubt, to boost your frame is to take up more space. And without the slightest shadow of a doubt, the best way to take up more space is the passive way of taking up more space. Meaning you don't try and sit everywhere and man spread like this with big arms and everything. No, that's not how you boost frame properly. The best way to boost frame is actually to get wider and thicker at specific muscle groups. And I'll tell you the exact muscle groups you need to train to get bigger. Now you can find, many different ways of training online, but I'll give you the best exercises for them that you can do at the gym. You need to train your lats, which are the V-shaped muscles on your back, which actually give you the width in the first place. This is the number one thing you need to train for frame. You need to train your lats, and the best exercise for lats are the weighted pull-ups. Next, you need to train your delts, which are your shoulders basically, specifically the side delts, which is what gives, the delts the pop that you can see over here. It makes them wide and thick. How do you train these? You do lateral raises. Any format, generally the dumbbells are the simplest and easiest and best way to do it. You must also train your traps, and the best way to train this are the rack pulls. You can look up any YouTube video on how to do rack pulls above the knee. You do rack pulls because the weighted stretch pulls down on your traps and you grow big traps like this. Next thing you need to train is your neck. Best way to train these are the weighted neck curls. You grab a plate, put it on your forehead, and you just curl, and it grows the sternocleidomastoid, which is this muscle over here. And this muscle, keep in mind, has saved my life. I fell off a cliff, and the reason I'm not paralyzed is because I have a thick neck. I train deadlifts. I also stretch the traps, and I train my neck specifically. Neck training can save you from death in car accidents and high impact inertia forces. Of course, we can't forget the forearms. Best way to train your forearms is through heavy farmer's walks, where you grip and your forearm does the contraction. You can also add wrist curls to hypertrophy the forearms on both sides, the flexors and the extensors. Very good to train your forearms. The next thing to do is to actually work on attraction. Now, you can do a lot of things for attraction. There's so many these bullshit black pill looks maxing stuff. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to give you the best things to actually make a change immediately. The most important thing you need to do is get occasional and quite often actually haircuts. Grooming makes a big difference. Recently, I've been getting a lot more haircuts than before, and it makes a big difference. Practically every time I go outside at the gym, grocery store, whatever, I'm flirting with a girl. It always happens, and I don't even do I just speak to someone and they are so reciprocative. So definitely keep your haircuts in check. Another thing you need to do is keep your beard groomed and in check. If you don't have a beard, keep it clean shaven, keep it clean. And if you're interested inside Blackthorn Capital, we actually teach you how to dress classy, how to dress elegant, how to dress properly like a man. And I do this like live on call with you, and we're gonna have a full like how to dress fashion course basically for our members. So if you're interested, first link in the description. So dress well, and easiest thing you can do is literally get like a bunch of cheap rings, literally like I said, it doesn't have to be like super expensive or anything. Get a silver ring, doesn't even have to be silver, just get a bunch of jewelry you can wear in your hand, and you can get one of these off of Amazon. It's like $20, man. It's not even expensive. You don't even need like these crazy Rolex bullshit. Literally just get yourself some shiny watch, ring, whatever, and it makes a difference. Next factor we need to discuss is respect. And the best way to boost your respect is through achievements, right? The biggest way to boost respect in my university back then was these like little badges you get on your, you know, your uniform. Best way to do this in real life is actually to go and do shit, to be different, go and live life, be someone worth remembering, go do random side quests. A couple of days ago, I got my first motorcycle license, right? I'm actually going to be riding motorcycles now. It's a new chapter of my life, and I'm fucking looking forward to that shit. And that's my new obsession lately. Before it was like the firearms license, and now I'm getting a motorcycle license. And now these are all so many like little stories and experiences I can tell. Do shit that's worth remembering, do shit that you can tell stories about, and very importantly, tell the stories well and speak well. Speak well. The amount of passion and the amount of, you know, the way I speak and the stories I tell, it's very captivating. It's very captivating listening to the way I speak and everything. And it's very important you do this, because people will actually look up to you and respect you just for this. So many people nowadays, they don't know how to talk. People don't know how to talk. Isn't that like they literally don't know how to have a conversation, how to tell stories, how to chat shit? People don't know how to do that, which is insane to me. So it's a big difference when you're actually someone who can actually, you know, speak and have a conversation and be literate. Now, the overarching message that I wanted to get into earlier is fuck you. Literally fuck you. Why? Because you need to count your blessings. You're worried about being 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", whatever, right? Whatever number it is, 5'5", doesn't matter. And bro, you can get anything you want. This fucking height shit, it can make you insecure, but you work hard, you can get anything you want. Now, what is it? Fame, respect, attraction, women, all of it you can get. A couple of days ago, I'm at the gym. I saw a guy jacked without arms. He doesn't have arms. And then I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm sure that he's pretty tall, right? I'm sure that guy would want to trade bodies with me because I have arms. And it just makes you think like, count your fucking blessings. If you're just, oh bro, I'm worried about my height. There are people who do not have limbs. They have missing arms. He had both his arms missing. He had like, instead of here, the bicep point, instead of an actual forearm coming out, he just had stubs. He just like had a little, like, I don't know, like a little thing coming out. He just had stubs, right? Literally stubs. And he's at the gym. I didn't see him do exercise. I didn't look, right? But he's at the gym and he's jacked. And here you are worried about fucking height. That guy's an inspiration, man. And I'm so fucking proud of him. And here you are worried about your height. Fuck you. Make sure you count your blessings. If you want me personally to get on a call with you directly and join a group of like-minded individuals who work hard every single day, make money every single morning in the Nasdaq so you can finally afford your haircuts, then join Blackthorn Capital. It's the first link in the description, brother. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.